job. We're talking about cycling events, the Tour de Toe. It is certainly a labor of love for our next guest, Trish Pfeiffer. And Trish, welcome back to Sports Central.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What year is this for the Tour de Toe?
I knew you were going to ask that.
Well, you should have the answer ready.
Well,
then.
I know, but it's kind of complicated. I was asked to take this over in 2008 when the original people that started it had a wedding. And so I said, okay, and not knowing what I was doing. I mean, literally knew nothing. My husband's a cyclist, so, and we had actually thought about doing some cycling events, but we got forced into it by this situation. And so I am a pretty good organizer, I guess, so got it figured out. And so it's been like 2008 that I inherited it. And it's the Blooming Bike Ride in March and the Tour de Toe in September. So it's 2 events.
Right.
And so since 2008.
So the event's coming up September 18th.
Correct.
8 a.m. start. Where do they start at? What's the route? What's all those
Okay,
details?
I just want to show this poster too. This is this year's poster, and this is our cycling group. Usually I have a featured rider that we draw the year before that's our featured cyclist, but that gentleman from last year moved away. So I was going through my photos of last year's ride and came up with that one. And so this is a group out of Road and Trail in Highland City. And we are lucky enough now to be able to stage at Front Page Brewing Company. Before, it was in Fort Blount Park for the Blooming Bike Ride and on Central for the Tour de Toe. So now that we have the brewery, apparently cycling and beer seems to be a very well connect that I had no clue.
After cycling.
After cycling, yes, but yeah, so I think that's upped our ridership. But so now we're going to be staging at Front Page Brewing. And they are thrilled to have us. The cyclists come, and then they do their ride and come back, and of course there's lots of food for them. So this year we're doing something new. Friday night we're going to have early check-in. So Friday night will be if cyclists want to come, and I got this because at the Blooming Bike Ride, cyclists from Sarasota said, well, we want to come the night before and drink, and I'm like, okay, well, let me think about that. So they love the brewery so much that they wanted to come the night before, and I'm thinking, what am I thinking, Neil?
Heads and beds.
Heads and beds.
That's right.
There you
That's
go.
right. I was waiting for you to get there.
You've trained me well. So.
Well, these events bring people in.
That's
they
right.
generate economic impact.
Right, because it's just a one-day event.
That's
However, it's early, so and people come from all over the state of Florida. My registration allows me to have a heat map, a geographic heat map, and I'm always just shocked to look. Miami, Daytona, Vero Beach, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Ocala, of course the West Coast, Sarasota, St. Pete. People come from all over, and it's a lot of these coastal areas where they don't have the luxury of scenic back roads that aren't heavily congested. So that's an amazing thing that we bring these people here from all over Central Florida to ride in both of these events.
Well, and to your point, there's been obviously a number of negative things associated with COVID.
Oh.
One of the positive things that has come from COVID is people returning back to the outdoors.
Yes.
So boating and RVing and cycling obviously leads perfectly into this event.
The pandemic has created a bike boom globally.
Right.
So you can't even find bicycles in a lot of cities. And last year we did not cancel this event. We hemmed and hawed about it. What should we do? How are we going to be COVID safe? And we were COVID safe. We had masks, and they didn't ride with masks, but we had them before and after. And the thing about cycling and what we're learning through the pandemic is our health is important, and the better shape your body is in, the better your body can fight off any kind of illnesses. So our log line is creating a healthy lifestyle and a love for cycling, and that's been that, and now it's even more predominant and important given the event. But cycling is up, and it's not going to go away, apparently. People are enjoying the outdoors and getting in shape. And the Blooming Bike Ride had 202 people That's the most it's ever had in a pandemic even. So right now we're at 100 people for the tour de toe, and we'll probably get about another 75 to 100 next week, because they always wait to the last minute to sign up.
Awesome. Does so the tour de toe, does everyone do the same route? Is it the same distance for everyone, or is there different options?
Good question. So we have a family fun ride, and the family fun ride is about 15 miles, and it just goes down the old Homeland Road to the Mosaic Boardwalk, which is the county's beautiful. What is that face?
15 miles is a fun ride?
That's what I was thinking.
I don't drive 15 miles without being tired. Sorry, please
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, no, 15 miles, and goes to the boardwalk, and then it comes back. So there's the short one. And then we have a 35-mile ride that goes out into the Lake Buffum area in Leland's Barn. I don't know if you're familiar with Leland's Barn. It's a very unique cowboy, country, orange grove, eclectic barn that the cyclists just love as a rest stop. And then we have one that's further back out into the backcountry, and that's 63 miles. So we have 3 routes. We have sweepers that follow the last rider so that we don't lose anybody, and make sure that we have everybody in at the end of the ride, and it's a great day.
What's the route that goes from the brewery down to the chicken shack and back?
That's your route.
That's
your
that.
route.
We'll call that the Neil and Gerald route.
Oh, geez,
We'll
Louise.
show up and go this way. Everyone else goes this way.
That's
You
right.
two need to come try the family fun ride. I'm challenging you right now. You
Oh.
come back
15
to
miles.
this sports show and you talk about what a
Maybe-
great ride it was.
Maybe we can get 5 out of the office, and we can split it into 3 miles each.
Or you
Be a
can,
relay.
or
There
you can go to Whiz Cycle and you won't even have to pedal. You can just whiz.
There we go.
So registration, where do they register if they still want to be a part of the event?
Bartow Cycling Events Facebook page has all the information. They have a link to the registration site. Just do get tickets and it'll take you right there. It's not too late to do a mail-in. You can get the form. The PDF form is also on the Bartow Cycling Events Facebook page.
Can you register the day of?
You can register the day of, and like I said, the night before, you can come out and register.
The pre-party, yeah.
Right. Now, you won't get a shirt if you're not pre-registered, and people do love these shirts, so I quit ordering a bunch of extras, because then I had a bunch of extras. And I was trying to be nice, but, and have, oh, sure, you didn't register, but here you go. No, I'm not doing that anymore. So you can, the night before, 6 to 8, Front Page Brewing, come down and have some brews and bites and register, and then the next day at 7 a.m.
Fantastic.
I can't wait to see you there.
Okay, yeah. You have another event that's coming up a few weeks after that, the chalk event. Talk about that
Yes.
real quick. We've
Okay.
got probably 3-4 minutes.
3 or 4, okay, good. The chalk event is an amazing art form. I was in Italy 10 years ago, and I had never seen this before, street painting with chalk, and that's actually where it started, about the 1600s, where artists would paint the Madonna with chalk on. I mean, that literally that long ago. So this art form's been transforming and progressing that long. And I took pictures of it, and it just always stuck with me how cool it was. And then Mark Jackson and you and I were in a meeting, and Mark had just come back from Italy, and he was going on and on about the street painting. And so I said, yes, I saw the same thing, and we need to do that here in Bartow. And lo and behold, in 2018, we did our first chalk event. I hooked up with a great chalk artist that was able to lead me through the process of getting artists and how to lay it out. And so 2018 was a great year. 2019, guess what happened? It rained. Poosh, it all went away. And I was like, no! So that was kind of sad. And then this year, we didn't have it last year. And then this year, we're back on October 2nd and 3rd. In Fort Blunt Park. So far we have about 20 artists, hoping to get a few more. And it's an amazing process. They come in with this picture, and they have a grid system, or they have no grid system. They block out their square. They'll put black tempera paint down to get a good solid black background surface. And then they spend 2 days chalking. And the reason it's 2 days for this event is because they're pretty in-depth, and they don't get done in 8 hours. So they have the next day to come in and finish their work. We have a People's Choice Award, and then Grady Judd is usually here to judge, but he's got a prior commitment. Our presenting sponsor is Frost Law Firm, and he and his wife will come out and pick their favorite, so we'll have those 2 awards. It's amazing to watch the artists bring art to life in a chalk form. So it's a great event for Polk County Cultural Arts event, and Bartow's so glad to have it.
You know, you'd probably need chalk if I rode the family bike ride, but you'd be chalking me for another reason.
No, no. I want you to
gonna
come
do
to
it, Jerome? Which one would you rather do? The family bike ride, or try to go draw something with chalk?
The chalk would be bad, so I better do the biking.
You're gonna do the biking?
Yeah.
Can he still get in?
Yes.
Or do you have to be a professional to do the chalk
No.
event?
Well, no, you could be in the kids section.
Okay. That's where I need to be. That's probably where I need to be for the bike
That's
ride,
what we're
too.
trying to fight with the bike ride.
Yeah.
Or the non-professional section. Yeah. And you know, actually, there were some kids there last year, 2 years ago, that were doing that, and they were doing great stuff.
Well, Trish, we do appreciate all the hard work you put into actually all 3 of those events. And one last time for the Tour de Toe, where do they go to sign up?
Bartow's Cycling Events Facebook page.